Right. Hey, y'all. Paul C. Torina here, nutritional therapist and Nativist life coach out of Las Vegas, one of your hosts for the upcoming Superhuman Transformation. We're so excited to get this going. We're only 1 week away, and it's about to start. It's going to be great, we all get excited. We got a ton of veterans that watch all the different activity that goes on with, like new progressions and advanced programs and things. And whenever we kick one of these off, it's great for everybody, because you guys come in and you're asking a lot of questions and you're going through all these different changes. And so a lot of the veterans get involved again. And it's just great. It's a great experience. So I've got some information to cover with you about this next upcoming week, and then if you're online or remote, then we've got some special instructions at the end of this, okay? So please make sure that you stick around and stay tuned. Just a couple of things before I get into the details of this next week. We had dinner with some friends last night, and it was just so great. I was sitting there, it was kind of a surreal experience looking around at everybody and what we were doing. They're not completely SHT, so, but, they're not far from it. But, it's just great to be able to go anywhere and do anything and know what I need to do to make the right choices. You're going to see that this way of living and eating is very forgiving. It's very flexible. It's meant to work in a modern lifestyle. A lot of people come into this and they think that they're going to have to give up all kinds of different things. And you do give up stuff, but you don't miss it. Like, we have such an access to such an array of different things, and it's just an amazing way of living and eating, and the key here is that you want to feel amazing every day. So it's like you have some leverage because you know which things are going to make you feel bad and which things are going to make you feel great. And I love it. I just love it. I love that I can go anywhere, do anything, make the right choices or make relatively good choices, and I'm going to be okay. Like today I feel amazing still, and I had a little bit of wine and indulged just a little bit last night. Another thing, this is a crucial matter. Like a lot of people come into this and are looking to lose body fat and energy levels increase and digestive issues resolve. Or maybe you have some specific symptoms or conditions that you're trying to work with, and those are all great. But what we're talking about here is a crucial matter. We're talking about long-term health and longevity and quality of life. And, me and my best friend here, Colby Phillips, the owner of the CrossFit Combine, which if you don't know him already, you'll meet him at the CrossFit field trip if you're here locally. We were having this conversation with one of my new clients, and I was trying to explain to him that the people that we work with are different from anyone else that you're going to meet out there, because once they walk through our doors and they work with us, they're empowered. Like, they understand what they need to do. They feel better. And because they feel better, they interact with every piece of their life differently. Like, their personality changes, the way they behave, the way that they, their emotions, and they don't tend to get angry and fly off the handle. And just like, it's almost impossible to explain. It's like it's ineffable, but they're just different. They're completely different, And then you add in the CrossFit. If you do the CrossFit piece or some kind of functional fitness modality, then you can do things that most people can't do. And so when you compare our team of people to just normal people, it's a night and day difference. Like, we're just different because we're healthy and we feel good. And because we feel good, everything about our life changes. It's amazing. It really is. So a few things coming up. We have our last free information meeting tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. up here at my office. So you don't have to come to the information meeting if you're already signed up, because we're just going over details of the SHT. But if you have friends or family members that you'd like to join, then make sure that they're aware of it. We're having it up here at my office, 5:30 p.m. It's about an hour long. It's awesome. It's a great meeting. If you have any friends or family members that are remote that aren't here local, let me know, and we can send out that video, the recorded version of an information meeting that we did a couple weeks ago. We have pictures and measurements coming up this Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Pictures and measurements are not negotiable. They're part of this deal. Now, I understand that some of us may be uncomfortable with getting pictures and measurements. That's totally understandable, but we're doing this in a professional setting. You're going to have some privacy, and we're not going to share that information or those pictures or measurements with anyone ever unless you give us permission to. This is so that we can document change and progress. So although I understand that it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, this is just part of the deal, and this is part of how we measure progress, and we just need to get it done. So 4 to 5:30 p.m. on Friday. I would highly recommend trying to come in Friday and doing that, because Saturday we're probably going to be jam-packed, and that's fine. We'll get through everybody. And then on Saturday we have pictures and measurements from 10 to 3 p.m. Now, if you're doing the Saturday meeting, you have to break away and do the meeting at 11:30. So the meeting kicks off at 11:30. You need to be checked in and ready to go for the meeting by 11:30, which means you need to get in there at the latest by 11:15 so that you can get your materials and stuff. And we'll be taking people as early as 10:30 just to come and hang out in the room with us and chat for a little bit. If you're doing the Monday meeting, you still need to do your pictures and measurements either Friday or Saturday, and then the Monday meeting starts at 5:30 p.m. and you can check in as early as 5 p.m. and again to get your materials and stuff so that we can kick that thing off sharp at 5:30. We have the Whole Foods shopping tour at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday and 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday. You can make either one of those if you can. We hope you can. We highly recommend it because the information you learn there is just great and powerful. You're going to use it anywhere and everywhere that you go. What else? If you don't make the Saturday, if you're not doing the Saturday meeting, you're doing Monday, you can still go to the shopping tour on Sunday. It might not make as much sense to you, but still, you can still go to the Sunday shopping tour. Okay. I think that's all I got. Watch the previous videos. Think about the changes you want to experience. Get excited because this is going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be like a hero's journey. Like you go into something and you're going to have difficulties and challenges and victories and all kinds of different things happen, and it's just going to be great, and we're going to be there to support you the entire way, okay? If you're online, stick around and pay attention because we've got some more information for you. All right, now for my online people, you have to do your own pictures and measurements, and again, these are non-negotiable. You got to do it, all right? And even if we don't share it with anybody, if you're just using it to document your own changes, that's the most important piece of it, okay? So for pictures, we recommend taking from the same place at the same distance. So I would mark a spot for you to stand and mark a spot to take the picture and make sure that you keep that marked so that you can do other pictures at the end of the progression. You need to have a blank background behind you, preferably a light background, because what we recommend that you wear is going to be something dark, and the clothing needs to be tight-fitting. Ideally for guys, some spandex shorts or some tight dark shorts and a shirt off. And then for girls, ideally a dark swimsuit or maybe some tight shorts and a sports bra or something like that. When you take the picture, I would recommend having the picture taken from waist height versus, a lot of people like to take the selfie angle from up high, and those just don't do good for before and after pictures. So about waist height, mark the same distance, make sure that you're consistent with that. And then also the shots that you want to take are going to be a front, a side, a back. I would say a personality shot, like a happy fun shot or something like that. And then also do a face shot, like a head shot. When you do the head shot, same thing. Don't do it from a selfie angle. Do it straight on from like a nose height. And then for measurements, we're going to do a little video to show you how to do the measurements. But what we recommend for measurements is doing a scale weight. If you can have access to an impedance monitor, that's one of those little handheld things, or some gyms have the things where you can stand on it and you have the little electrical impedance monitor thing going on. Get that measurement taken for body fat percentage. Now, whether they're accurate or not, or how accurate they are, doesn't matter, because what we're looking for is relative change. So if you use the same device for the before and after measurements, we're going to see a very accurate change in body fat percentage, whether the actual body fat percentage is very accurate. But we've done caliper testing and impedance monitor testing, and it's pretty darn accurate, and then for measurements, we're going to do a tape measure around the bicep, a tape measure around the waist, and a tape measure around the hip. And I think that's about it. Just check. Oh, and then finally, for the online people, expect your first progression video at the after we have our meeting on Saturday. So we should email that out on Saturday afternoon so that you're in line and consistent with everyone that's going through the progression, okay? If you have any questions whatsoever, just let us know. There's so much love and support here for you guys, all right? Take care. Thanks.